Alan West is a clown. He's a Republican from Florida, of course, a United States congressman. And we've made fun of him a lot in the past because he opens himself up to it. He makes outrageous comments repeatedly, talking about how he's going to lead blacks off of the slave plantation that liberals have put them on.
He's hideously anti-Muslim, dangerously so. He's a bad American, Alan West.
Yeah. And so his opponent, Patrick Murphy, had close to within 2 points of him in some polls. And so he looked like he was in a little bit of trouble. Some Democratic super PACs had decided to put some money into that race, and we thought, oh my God, is Alan West on the ropes? Then he did this ad.
February 16th, 2003, Fort Hood, Texas. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West had just received deployment orders and prepares his men to go to war. That night, South Beach, Miami, Patrick Murphy is thrown out of a club for fighting, covered in alcohol and unable to stand. Murphy then confronts and verbally assaults a police officer. Patrick Murphy was arrested and taken to jail. Two men, a country in crisis. You decide.
I'm Alan West, and I approve this message.
Yeah, that would be devastating.
It's a good ad.
That is a great ad. You got to keep it real. We don't agree with Alan West, but that's how you do a devastating ad. Now, what's the numbers now?
Right, it's all true, right? We were given to understand, right?
Relatively true. I'm going to tell you what Alan West was actually doing in 2003 in 1 second. The new numbers are 52-41, Alan West, 9-point lead, and the election is close to over.
Yeah, that's a poll conducted by Alan West. But the other poll, the close poll, the tied poll, was a poll conducted by Patrick Murphy, who may have been drunk at the time.
Unfair, but
unfair, totally.
Now, Democrats are pulling some money out of the race, thereby indicating that Alan West's poll numbers are more likely to be accurate, and it looks like Alan West is on his way. Now, things can happen. It's not a presidential race. There's a lot more information down in that district that you need to be familiar with before you officially call it or anything like that, but West looks very comfortable. Now, great ad. What was Alan West actually doing in 2003? He was actually being discharged from the military, not voluntarily, forced to resign. Why? Because he was going to be criminally charged for assault and violating the Uniform Code of Military Justice for taking an Iraqi detainee and shooting a loaded gun next to his head. Basically, a mock execution, which is wildly illegal. So as you see that ad and go, oh, what a hero, Colonel West, oh, look at this, Fort Hood, I don't know. What he doesn't tell you is they were running him out of the Army in that same exact year.
Well, I would run that ad.
Oh, yeah.
I would run
and
that
that's
ad,
why the election's not over. We're going to see what Patrick Murphy's about as a politician. Because if I'm Patrick Murphy, I'm coming over the top.
Yeah. I mean, he just hammered you as hard as you can get hammered. You're free to point out that he was getting railroaded. He was getting run out of the Army for nearly killing an innocent, defenseless guy, and and loving it, and was on the could have been dishonorably discharged from the service. You run that ad, and then this becomes the worst race in the last 20 years in American politics. But you're probably going to lose anyway, but you might get back in it with that ad.
This is what I would do. I would take a snippet of the ad that you just saw. Colonel Alan West at Fort Hood. And he said, now here's the part he didn't tell you.
Right. Yeah.
And I'd say, an embarrassment for the United States military. Forced to resign. Mock executions. And I would dredge up his reports. The reports that showed that we got to get rid of this guy.
Yeah, you can do it with a couple of...
And I would do a little highlights from that, whatever it might be, in terms of, grossly illegal, forced to resign, etc. And go, this is the guy you'd want as a United States congressman?
Right, and then maybe it includes with him saying, yeah, and everything he said about me is true. And 9 years ago, I was an idiot, and everything has changed.
Yeah, and 9 years ago, I made the mistake of getting drunk, which I'm sure none of you have.
Right? Well,
I didn't. Of course, I wouldn't put that in that. But I mean, if I'm in a debate and I'd say, okay, I got drunk, he did a mock execution. You make the call.
Right, yeah.
Okay, Michael.
Yeah, just an update on what's going on with this is that the Murphy campaign is now doing a whole fundraising off of this ad, and a super PAC supporting Murphy is going in with a bigger buy in response to this ad as well. Murphy, the DCCC, which governs all those ads, pulled a huge ad buy previously earlier this week on the poll numbers. So the poll numbers came out before this ad came out, and they pulled an October 9th by. A lot of people are really incensed about this in West Palm Beach, and also, I mean, he's a college kid. It's not that it's excusable. He was in a bar fight in college, a little different than what Allen West was doing there and continues to do in Congress. So, just a little bit of an update to what this story.
All right, good. So it sounds like there no one, perhaps people not giving up on Mr. Murphy.